You guys are the first tram of the day. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. Welcome aboard, everybody. Before the tram leaves, we're going to completely fill it up. So if you're sitting in a row, if you still have any empty seats in your row, fill in the seats to the right side, leave the empty seats on the left side. That way these last few people boarding, they don't have to step on you, and they don't have to climb across you to get to those empty seats. Oh, let me introduce myself. I'm going to be your guide on the tour today. Sitting right next to me is Todd. Todd is going to be driving us all around the lot. Tour usually runs about 45 to 50 minutes. So you should be with us today for a little less than an hour. Some of the things that we're going to show you on the tour, two of the special effects are presented in 3D, and that's why we handed out these 3D glasses. If you do not have 3D glasses, raise your hand. We'll have someone bring you some. Does anybody need these? Good. Please don't wear the 3D glasses yet. We do not do the entire tour in 3D. There are two special effects in 3D. I'll let you know when it's time to wear these, so just hang on to them for now. And for safety reasons, if you're riding on the tour with very small children whose feet don't quite touch the floor of the tram, if your children are that small, place them towards the middle of the tram, away from the gates. Our tram's going to be bouncing, it's going to be shaking, it's going to be sliding, and we do not want your children to fly off the side of the tram. So put them in the middle. Be prepared for some special effects that involve water, too. But we want you to be able to take pictures and videos, but we don't want you to get your cameras wet or your cell phones. Keep your filming devices protected. Not everybody on the tram is going to get wet. I don't want you to think that we throw water on everybody. I know not everybody likes that, so I will warn you, the people that normally get wet are the ones that wanted to sit right next to the gates, and the ones that wanted to sit in the blue seats.
Oh yeah!
That's terrible. My seat is black. So that worked out well. Up here in the front row, we've got a moment before they send us. Do you have a camera with you? Is your camera on? Okay, I will be careful. Hey, everybody, move in. All right, here we go. One, photo bombing going on in the back. 1, 2, 3. Okay, see if that turned out. Did that work? Okay. Oh, put that on Facebook and tag everybody, so everybody gets that picture. We're going to be taking off here in just a second. We're just waiting for a clearance from our dispatch office, and they'll be sending us around through the tour. Our lot covers 415 acres, and again, it usually takes us around 50 minutes to drive all around. There's a nice gentleman named Armando at the front of the tram on the left. Once all the gates are down, locked, guests are stepped away from the tram, he's going to give us 2 thumbs up, and that will be our official signal to leave. So bear with us just for a moment here. All right, look at the people on the left. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye!
You didn't make it on this tram. No, don't say that. There is a co-host that helps me out throughout the tour. This gentleman is a celebrity. He got his start on Saturday Night Live, and now he's the host of The Tonight Show. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
His name is Paul.
And the greatest driver.
His name is Todd.
They're the best. I love that. Even though
Tour guide Paul
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Okay, safety rules. Right above your head, down the center of the tram roof, there's a cord. And the cord goes down all 4 cars. That is our emergency cord. If at any time during the tour you have an emergency and you need us to stop the tram, if you have a medical emergency, if you're experiencing sound problems or video problems in the car that you're in, if all the video monitors shut off, if all the sound cuts out, if you accidentally drop something off the side of the tram, something important that you need, maybe a small child that you didn't move to the middle of the tram, I told you can pull on the emergency cord. That way we know to stop the tram. I'll come back here to assist you. If you happen to drop something off the side of the tram, even in an area where we have stopped, please don't jump off the tram to get the item. Pull the emergency cord when it's safe. I'll get off the tram. I'll get the item for you. Remain seated while our tram is moving. Keep your arms and legs inside at all times, and no smoking on the tour. Those are the safety rules. Now, we've been making movies for over 100 years. Carl Laemmle started our studio in 1912. As we drive down this road, on both sides of the tram, in chronological order, we have all these movie posters representing classic Universal films. There was a movie that filmed here back in the 40s. We don't have a poster for it, but it became a classic, and I'm going to show you a scene from it. And then after I play the scene, I'll explain what it has to do with this part of the studio. What movie is this?
I have the room ready for you, Mrs. Barrington. Thank you.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon.
Hello. Yes?
Every bottle of champagne sent to the room at once. And make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
Oh. Hold on a second. That bellhop is Jimmy Fallon. That's not a classic 1940s movie. In fact, that's not even shot in a hotel. The entire scene is filmed inside of a soundstage, and as the camera pulls back here, you'll see the whole set behind him. I'll pause that. The reason I show you this clip, this is a good example of what it looks like when we film inside the soundstage, but it's all dressed up to look like it took place somewhere else. We're going to drive by a lot of these stages that we use for our productions, and I'll talk about the things that film in each one. The first stage we're going to pass, right now it's directly in front of us, we'll pass by it on the left, is Soundstage 12. This is where we film all the episodes of The Voice, our singing competition show on NBC, which is now in its 9th season. The show is hosted by this guy, Carson Daly.
I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
Take a look at some of the other sets built inside that stage over the years. Frankenstein's laboratory, Dracula's castle, Tony Montana's mansion, the clock tower set for Back to the Future, the visitor center from Jurassic Park, Whoville from How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and a big resort in Couples Retreat. All of those sets were built inside stage 12 before The Voice moved in. Now, since it's the weekend, we're not doing any filming on the lot today. Most of the filming, of course, takes place Monday through Friday. But as we're driving around the sound stages and as our tram moves into the back lot later where we have our exterior sets, you're going to see where there's a lot of preparation getting ready for the productions that are going to be being filmed out here throughout the week. They've been working on a new show inside these sound stages off to the left. Mostly they've been filming inside the last two stages, 23 and 22. The name of the show is Superstore, and it's going to start airing in January. One of the stars of the show is America Ferrera, Ferrera. Used to be on Ugly Betty? Yeah. Her. Ferrera. So she's starring on the show, so they've been filming inside these stages lately. We've been working on quite a few new shows on the lot for the upcoming fall season. Another is a drama called Heartbreaker, which is based on a real person that performs heart surgery. The star of the show is Melissa George, who used to be on Grey's Anatomy and Alias. Her show films inside Soundstage 29 on the right. And Stage 27 on the left is used for the Mindy Project with Mindy Kaling. That's not a new show. That's now in its 4th season. It's streaming on Hulu. On the show, Mindy works in a hospital. All of the scenes inside the hospital are filmed inside that stage. And that's a show that supposedly takes place in New York, but it's all filmed here on the lot using that stage and some of the sets we're going to drive through in a minute. Patrick Warburton is one of the voices on Family Guy. He's Joe, Peter's next door neighbor. He's been working on a new show in the lot, inside Soundstage 41 on the right. His show is called Crowded. Truth be told, show just started airing about 3 weeks ago. That film's inside some of the stages off to the right. And Eva Longoria is back on the lot. For 8 years, this is where she did Desperate Housewives. Now she's working on her new show, Telenovela, and that film's inside Stage 43, Behind the Minions. Minions is the third installment of the Despicable Me films. Came out in theaters in July, did really, really good business at the box office. 2015 has been a good year for sequels for us. Minions did well. Furious 7 did extremely well. Some of that filmed inside Soundstage 44. Pitch Perfect 2 did good. Ted 2. Ted is still celebrating his success with a martini. And of course, Jurassic World did very well. And Universal is part of NBC Universal, one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world. This media powerhouse not only consists of a movie studio, it also includes a lot of famous networks. It includes NBC, E, Sci-Fi, USA, Bravo, Telemundo, the Golf Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, the Weather Channel, Oxygen, Esquire, and NBC Sports. I don't know if you guys caught that in the front car. I didn't read that off anything. I memorized all those networks. In order.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. All these bungalows, these are all the offices for famous writers, directors, and producers. The De Laurentiis Company produces the TV show Hannibal. This is their office on the left. And look right next to the door, there's a circle with a profile of Alfred Hitchcock. Many years ago, that office belonged to the master of suspense. Almost every time Hitchcock directed a movie, he tried to put himself in the film somewhere in a cameo. My name is Alfred Hitchcock. We all know the American. See the For the first 5 minutes of the tour, we've been taking you through the front lot. And that's the part of the studio where we have the offices and the sound stages. Now we've crossed into the back lot. And this is where we're going to take you for the remainder of the tour. The back lot is where we have all of our exterior sets that we use for the outdoor scenes. There are sets that look like New York City streets. We have an old western town that we're going to drive through. There's an old European village where we used to do a lot of our classic horror movies like Frankenstein and Dracula. The first set that I want to point out from a specific movie is right over here on the right. There's a building with 5 set of steps that lead up to the front doors. That's where Jim Carrey and Jennifer Aniston lived in Bruce Almighty. Where's the door? The shower! That's our back lot right there. Outside good. Outside good. Oh, you're done. The street we're on right now. This is a famous street. In 1985, Michael J. Fox drove a DeLorean straight ahead at a speed of 88 miles an hour at the end of Back to the Future. This is the town of Hill Valley from the film. And this is such a famous part of our backlot due to the success of the Back to the Future films. You'll stop the tram for a moment just in the middle of this little courtyard here and you get some really good pictures. This City Hall building on the left, that was used as a clock tower that got struck by lightning. The area looks a little different because Back to the Future shot here 30 years ago. And I'm going to show you what it's looked like in a few films. Here it is, 1985, Back to the Future. 2 years before that, 1983, Norman Bates was released from the same courthouse in Psycho 2. 1962, Gregory Peck defended his client there in To Kill a Mockingbird. 2003, there's a riot in front of the courthouse in Bruce Almighty. And in 1989, they predicted the world would look like this year. According to Back to the Future Part 2, in 2015, we were supposed to have flying cars, flying skateboards, The Cubs were supposed to win the World Series. None of that happened. The interesting thing about most of these sets that we're going to be driving past on the tour today, these are not full buildings, these are facades. They build the fronts of the buildings, they build the sides of the buildings, and they're empty on the other side. They only use these sets for the exterior shots, the outdoor scenes. So if you're watching a movie or a TV show, and you see an actor or an actress walk through the front door of one of these sets, as soon as they walk through the door and close it, they cut. They stop filming. On another day, they go inside of a soundstage and they do the interior scenes inside the sound stages, because in those buildings we have better control over the weather, lighting, and sound effects. Take a look at the monitors here. This is the outside of a facade. If you walk through the front door of one of these buildings, this is what these sets look like on the inside. There's not much in here that we can use for the interior shots. Some of these facades are just one wall. We have a few practical sets on our back lot. A practical set can be used for both the outdoor shots and the indoor shots, but we don't have too many of those. Some of these sets that we're driving around now have been constructed for our Halloween Horror Nights that we had running through last night. Last night was the last night of Halloween Horror Night, so that's what a lot of the activity is. It's over here on the right side. Then when we were driving by, all the trailers were in that part of the back lot that was being used for Halloween Horror Nights. Now we're about to take you through a part of our back lot called New York Street. And it's frequently used as New York in movies and TV shows. A lot of commercials film out here. To tell you a little bit more about it, here's my co-host, Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
And that's New York Street off to the right side of the tram. That is frequently used on the Mindy Project, because on the show she lives in New York, but whenever you see her walking around through the city, they don't fly her to New York to shoot the scenes. They put her on a golf cart. They drive her out to this part of the back lot. It's a lot more convenient. It was New York in The Amazing Spider-Man. Captain America, the first Avenger, used it as Brooklyn, and they dressed up some of the sets to make it look like it was the 1940s. The first Transformers filmed out here at the end of the movie. The robots are doing their final battle in the middle of a city, and they're rolling around, they're blowing up all the buildings around them. That was out here in New York Street. Last year, it was in The Purge, Anarchy. They filmed out here in the middle of the night. It was in Gone Girl with Ben Affleck. And the last movie that filmed out here, it just shot here 2 months ago. It's going to be coming out in theaters next year. Lonely Island with Andy Samberg. If you watch Saturday Night Live, Andy Samberg and his friends have a group called Lonely Island, and they do some funny music videos for the show. They're doing a feature film out in this part of the back lot. And coming up here on the right side of the tram is going to be your last good photo opportunity up New York Street before we head up the hill to the next part of the lot. And to tell you a little bit about this giant soundstage on the right side of the tram, the left side of the tram, I'm going to bring up an Academy Award-winning director, Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong
From New Zealand?
that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you encounter monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. How can I place it? So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it was great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just put them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Hey, Peter Jackson, You've been to Skull Island before, but for a lot of people on the tram, this is going to be their first trip here. How would you describe this experience? Would you say, in a sense, this is like a mini sequel?
In a sense, this is like a mini sequel, a mini continuation. We're just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in our feature film. And this is, another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Skull Island.
Glasses on, everybody. We're back in Skull Island.
Dinosaur spit on you? Dinosaurs are kind of rude. As we leave the King Kong attraction, go ahead and take off your 3D glasses, which some people have been wearing for the entire tour, for reasons I don't understand. Take them off, hold on to them, don't drop them, don't lose them, because you are going to need them again a little bit later on during the tour. Now this King Kong 360 3D is one of the world's largest, most intense 3D experiences. This was designed by the special effects team of Weta Digital in New Zealand. This is the same company that did the Academy Award-winning effects for the movie Avatar. They used some of the most advanced technology in filmmaking and creative. What I'm showing you on the monitors is a little behind-the-scenes footage of them creating Kong for the tour.
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions, there's creatures coming at them, they're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where people are looking. They're looking straight ahead, they're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
Anytime we use a vehicle in a movie or a TV show, we call it a picture car. A picture car doesn't necessarily need to run. It doesn't need to have an engine. It just needs to look like a real car on film. Now, we're going to be driving by a row of several picture cars that we've used in some of our productions. Most of these cars that you're about to see are real working cars. Most of them do have engines and they work. There's only a few exceptions to that rule. And they're coming up here on the left side of the tram. The first car that we're going to pass is a black Ford Cobra, and this was used as one of the kit cars in the 2008 version of Knight Rider. Right next to it, a red Ferrari from our hit 1980 show Magnum PI. Biff's convertible is from Back to the Future, and then there are 3 futuristic-looking cars built for Back to the Future Part 2. And then there are prehistoric cars from the Flintstones. These Flintstones cars don't have engines. They don't really work, but they look good in the movie. We've got cars from the Fast and Furious films, 2 vehicles from Jurassic World, including one of the gyrospheres that the boys are trapped in when the dinosaur attacks them, and the military Jeep from Transformers, which filmed out on New York Street. These are other Universal Picture cars in action. Wait, lady, don't get out of the car. Don't! There's another picture car on the right side of the tram, a camouflage Mercedes, and this was used in the second Jurassic Park, The Lost World. We're coming up to an area where we've stored some of the sets and a few more picture cars that have been used in the Jurassic Park movies. John Hammond, is there anything you'd like to say to the people on the tram?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Thank you, John Hammond. There's a boat on the right side of the tram. This was used in Jurassic Park 3 with Sam Neill. On the left side of the tram, there's an RV. In The Lost World, this was a mobile laboratory, and there's a really tense scene where Julianne Moore, Jeff Goldblum, and Vince Vaughn are trapped in the mobile laboratory during a storm scene. You remember the scene? Yeah. And the dinosaurs pushing it off the side of the cliff. Hey! We have dinosaurs up in this part of the back lot. Do you guys want to see dinosaurs? Yeah. Do you know what kind of dinosaurs? Raptors. Spitters. Why would I do that? Wait, they're doing it again. Dinosaurs keep spitting on us. It's going to happen to the third car now. That's why I have a window. Did not sit in a blue seat. So if you didn't get wet, don't laugh at anybody sitting around you that just got wet. A, that's not nice. B, the tour's not over. We're at a movie studio. We can create weather effects anytime, any place.
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry at 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Island of Raw. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the lot.
Flash flood warning in Old Mexico. That was Al Roker from the Today Show predicting a flash flood out in this barber backlot. This is called Old Mexico because it's usually used as Mexico in movies and TV shows. When they film production, that was accurate. Right after Al Roker predicted a flash flood, it started raining really hard, and there's a problem with rain in this part of the backlot. Old Mexico's built on a hill. During heavy storms like this, we've been known to have floods. You guys might want to be careful if you're sitting on the left side of the tram. Watch the top of the hill. Keep your cameras protected. Here comes a flood. Effect was just predicted by Al Roker. Catch Al Roker live on the Today Show this week as he attempts to set a Guinness World Record by reporting the weather live from all 50 states in the span of a week. He's going to travel to all 50 states in 7 days to do the weather live from each state. Old Mexico here has also been seen in Three Amigos, Nacho Libre, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the TV shows Arrested Development, Shameless, and Castle. And once the tram leaves Old Mexico, it crosses the border into Texas. 6 Points, Texas is the name of this town, and it's a pretty historic part of our lot because these are some of the first sets built here. Some of these buildings were constructed in 1915 for silent movies. That's how long they've been around, and they're still used. This is a fairly recent shootout that took place in the middle of this town.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal lot.
I hear this where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town when we get good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Well, you can count on me, Fallon. Yeah.
This is the beginning of a beautiful place.
Some of Saving Mr. Banks filmed out in this harbor backlot. In the movie, there are flashback scenes that show the writer of Mary Poppins, P.L. Travers, when she's a little girl and she's growing up in Australia. This was the town that she grew up in. Last year, James Franco directed a movie in 6 Points, Texas, The Sound and the Fury. He also stars in the movie. And that's where we used to do a lot of westerns. Jimmy Fallon mentioned John Wayne and James Stewart did movies there. So did Kirk Douglas and Clint Eastwood. These are some of Universal's western stars and the movies that shot here.
First. Mine was taller.
Nowadays, it's pretty easy for us to create an entire set with the help of a computer. We don't even have to do a lot of actual construction. A good example of that, just a moment ago, we took you through the King Kong attraction. The entire set of Skull Island that surrounded our tram inside that stage, that was all created by a computer. But when Peter Jackson directed the movie King Kong in 2005, some of the Skull Island sets were models. Instead of building an entire island, they built a miniature island. In fact, we have that model set up ahead. Skull Island is in the middle of the water, and in order for you to see it up close, we're going to drive the tram down through the middle of the water. What I would like everybody to do at this point, can you please pick your feet up off the floor and get as high in your seats as you can? I'm kidding, don't do that. We're going to do this with a special effect. Watch this. Please part the water.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
It's just like the parting of the Red Sea in the movie The Ten Commandments. We've created a miniature version of the Red Sea on our lot. The water parts, we'll be able to drive the tram through it, and when we're in the middle of the water, you'll be able to get a great picture of Skull Island off to the left. And right in front of the island is the Venture. That's the miniature boat that was used in the film. If you have backpacks, purses, souvenirs, anything on the floor of the tram that you don't want to get wet, I do recommend that you pick the items up. Water usually doesn't get on the floor, but I give you warning just in case. Sometimes water creeps in a little bit. We're going to drive through the Red Sea. Now that you can see how detailed the model is up close, I'll show you how it looked in the movie. This is our miniature set. That's our little boat. That's a very tiny man inside that boat. Miniature set of Skull Island. Miniature boat crashes into miniature set. Miniature boat. Jack Black fascinated with the miniature boat. The movie King Kong takes place in the 1930s, and at that time on our backlot, all through the 1930s and moving into the early 1940s, we were making horror movies, and we filmed those classics right over here on the left side of the tram. This is where we made Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy, the Invisible Man. All of those classic horror monsters roamed around on those cobblestone streets. These days, this part of our backlot is being used for a talk show. Every Monday through Friday, Home and Family, which airs on the Hallmark Channel, films inside that house on the left side of the tram. They also film some scenes out in the backyard. The house that they use for Home and Family is a practical set. That one can be used for both indoor scenes and outdoor scenes. And feel free to sing along if you know the words. Brighten up your day. Nobody? What about this part? There's no words. When they film out in the backyard, they don't care if our trams drive by. We end up on their show all the time. On the show, they mentioned that they're filming from Universal Studios, so the fact that trams are driving by in the background, it doesn't ruin their shots. It just shows that the studio is going on around them. Almost any time we make a movie or a TV show, and they're supposed to be at a movie studio, they try to get our trams in the shots. These are scenes from movies and TV shows where people came and took the tour, and they got to be in the production. These are words of wisdom. Yeah. Oh, look at the billboard. Amity Island welcome you. That's nice. Amity is a word that means friendship. They wanted us to close the beach for a little while because we had a few unfortunate shark attacks. We caught a shark. It's hanging right in front of the hotel. Even though they caught the shark, they still don't want us to reopen the beach because there's another shark on the other side of the water. We didn't catch that one yet. It's coming towards us. There's a man in the water. Mister! The beach is closed. There's a shark. Sir, get out of the water. Mister! Are you all right? The shark ate him. Oh, the shark went back underwater. I can't see the fin. I don't know where it went. There, it just took the dock. I see it. It's right next to us.
There's a duck. Eat the duck. Eat the
If
duck.
you thought the mechanical shark was impressive, look at the mechanical duck. Look how lifelike that thing is.
So real.
It is amazing what we can do with animatronics. Moves his little head around. That, of course, the shark is inspired by the movie Jaws, directed by Steven Spielberg. You can see what someone did to the billboard on the left in the movie after the shark attacked. It got hit by graffiti. The mechanical shark that just jumped up and attacked us is not the same shark from the film. Our shark for the tour works better than 3 sharks that were built for Steven Spielberg.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. Just waited. The shark worked well enough for a while there and had to be all the time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Look how brave Steven Spielberg was. He went out in public in those shorts and those socks. Don't tell him I said that. This house on the right side of the tram was built in 1982. It was first seen as the best little whorehouse in Texas in the musical with Burt Reynolds, Dolly Parton. It's been used in a lot of television shows. Murder, She Wrote, Quantum Leap, Ghost Whisperer, CSI, Parenthood, The Mentalist, Crossing Jordan, About a Boy, and Desperate Housewives. I have to interrupt the tour for a second. I have to call something into the security office. There's a car illegally parked behind this tram on the left. It's not allowed to be there, so bear with me for a second. Studio tour. The studio security.
This is security. What's going on, studio tour?
Our tram just passed Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch from the best little whorehouse in Texas, and there's a 1970s black Charger illegally parked behind it.
Okay, tour. I'll send someone down to check it out ASAP.
Okay. I have to do that. Anytime there's a car illegally parked on the tram route, I have to call that in.
Studio tour. Looks like we might have an issue.
What?
I'm patching you into Agent Novak from the FBI.
The FBI?
I'm sorry to interrupt your fun, but we've got video surveillance on that Charger you all saw. We ran it through the system, and the driver has been positively identified as Dominic Toretto. I've been tracking this guy for a while. He's a hardened criminal. He's likely armed, and he's definitely dangerous.
Oh.
My men and I are on our way to apprehend him right now. If you see him, don't be a hero.
No.
Don't engage him.
Why would I?
Just keep a safe distance and report any further sightings to studio security immediately. We'll handle it from there.
Okay. Keep an eye out for anything suspicious for the remainder of the tour. Hey, kids! Kids on the tram might recognize this set on the right side of the tram. This is the town of Whoville. From How the Grinch Stole Christmas. All the little Whos lived in these houses. These sets, these facades, are made of styrofoam. They're big blocks of styrofoam. They're carved around chicken wire and wood, and then they're sprayed with a coating so that they harden. Most people already know that the Whos live near the Grinch, and they're afraid of the Grinch. But they live closer to somebody much more terrifying. A psycho named Norman Bates. They built Whoville right behind the Bates Motel from the classic thriller Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. The Psycho house is at the top of the hill, right behind the motel. We'll drive right next to that.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
That is true. Universal produces the TV show The Bates Motel. That's filmed in Canada. They have an exact duplicate of this set built there for filming, but we're going to drive right next to the house from the movie. Norman Bates, who runs the motel, lives with his mother. Mrs. Bates. Oh, I think Mother's home. That's her black Trans Am. All day long, Mother likes to sit in her rocking chair, and she stares out her bedroom window from the second floor. She watches her trams drive by. Look up there. That is a handsome woman. And right behind the Psycho house is a set of a crashed airplane and a destroyed neighborhood. This was built for War of the Worlds. And we're going to stop the tram for a moment in the middle of the set. Don't stand up yet, because we're still moving. But as soon as we come to a complete stop, it'll be safe if you'd like to stand up for a moment and get a photo or two. And this is how the set was used in War of the Worlds.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steve had.
When you first began to sit down and talk about War of the World, I thought, what if your 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. Eyes on me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now I'm closed.
Robbie, get in. Get in. They were doing Halloween Horror Nights out here last night, and they didn't move all the body suits. There's like a body in front of the airplane says Rude. This was themed after the Purge last night, so that's why there's a Rude man in front of an airplane. That was a real plane. When they're filming War of the Worlds, they got a full 747 that no longer flew. They did that to it. People got paid on the set of War of the Worlds to rip an airplane apart. That was their job. Oh, what now?
Look, this might be more serious than I thought. What just happened?
Agent Nova?
This is a secure line. Who are you?
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come. He'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy the ride.
This is not your jurisdiction.
It is now, Stink Pickle.
I'm so tired of you state guys stepping in just whenever you feel like.
Mute him.
Way ahead of you.
Don't you?
Bye.
That's better. We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride. I'm taking care of business. Hobbs out.
According to Agent Hobbs, we have a witness on the tram that someone named Owen Shaw is trying to hunt down.
Hey, you! They just got here. All right, I got it. But listen, hello, beautiful people, particularly you right there missing the third row. How you doing? You good? My name is Roman Pierce. Nice to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while. Brought you in our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy, but it's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in that third row, like I was saying. So look, see over there? It's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle. Best truck the U.S. government can buy. But that work of art back over there was made by my man Tej. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels. Extra.
So did you break it down to them?
What's that?
Had one job to do, Roman, one. All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
So like I was saying, the third row, right?
Wait, is everyone leaving? What are we supposed to do?
This is what we're doing. This is the race day after party. And where are the girls?
Roman Pierce, FBI, on the ground.
Me
on the ground, do it now.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm
on the ground, right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss. That ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate. Shaw traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
Okay.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door. Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Okay, this is a good time to put on those protective 3D glasses. And please remember what Letty said just a moment ago. Turn off your cameras, turn off your cell phones. We don't want Shaw to be able to track us in this garage. He's already getting close. There are gunshots outside. Everybody be very careful.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
Move! After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Ops, cover the left. This thing ain't moving fast enough. Roman, Letty, hook him up. Now we're moving.
You can be the witness to whether we call it a day! The witness is mine, Letty!
the job, everybody. You've protected the witness, and you can resume breathing.
You know it's crazy out there. You guys drive hard. Respect.
You know, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
Aw, thanks, guys. That action blockbuster sequence you just experienced is a great example of modern day filmmaking. And over the last 100 years, Universal's been thrilling audiences all over the globe with our productions, making people laugh and cry and sit on the edge of their seats. Now we're going to be taking you back to our unloading area where you can continue your movie making experience by going on our rides based on hit movies and TV shows. You can see some of Hollywood's most talented stunt performers in action in our #1 rated show, Waterworld, the live SeaWorld Spectacular. First presentation of Waterworld today is at 11 o'clock, so you have plenty of time to make it there for that. And as our tour concludes, there are people I'd like to thank. Dom and his family just got us back safe and Fast and Furious. King Kong saved us from the jaws of an angry T-Rex. Jimmy Fallon helped me out every now and then by co-hosting the tour. And our driver, Todd. Todd just jumped a bridge. That was a nice soft landing too, by the way. And I want to thank all of you for taking the tour. A special thank you to our past members for coming back and joining us again in the park this morning. If you're not a past member and you'd like to be one, stop by a booth located right in the middle of the park, the Universal box office. Find out how you can upgrade today's ticket into a season pass, and that allows you to come back and join us over and over again. If you have any questions about anything that you've just seen on the tour, if you have any questions about the rides in the park, or if you have any questions about our shows, if something on the tour scared you a little bit, you just need a hug, I'll be standing right next to the tram in the unloading area, coming up and ask if you have any questions. Take a look around and make sure that you have all of your belongings with you. We don't want you to leave anything important behind. And we do recycle the 3D glasses. When we get into the unloading area, we're going to be raising the gates on the left. There are many bins to put the 3D glasses in, so please drop the glasses off to one of the bins. Don't throw your own personal sunglasses in the bins. People do that all the time. Put the right glasses in there. And as you exit the tram, for no reason whatsoever, here's Elvis. Have a great day, everybody. Park stays open tonight until 8 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your day at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. Bye.